Hello, this is a urgent collective message from Spirit, and this message is not going to be for everyone, and it is timeless, which means when you come across it is when it's for you. If it doesn't resonate, simply it is not your message. Leave it for someone else. There might be more than one message within this reading. So take what resonates for you at this moment and leave what doesn't for someone else. So my name is Jessica Joy, and I am a Reiki Master. I'm also a life coach, so you might get some advice through this reading as we go along. And I do soul readings. I ask Spirit for guidance for your soul growth and pick up on the energy that is going on with you at this moment and what it is that you are to be paying attention to and learning, so you can take the messages from this and actually take some action forward. I am just going to say right off the bat, I am not a person who facilitates addictive tarot watching. Yes, relationships are important, but I think love messages can become a bit toxic at times. And so I'm trying to create readings that are a little different and more personal about yourself. I do not spy on others. And some of these messages, you're going to have to be the person who determines what you do with it. Woo! Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So, right off the bat, I am seeing that you have some passion for something. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So passion here is showing up. So I would say, it's time to start paying attention to the things that you find passion for. Along with passion, we also have communication and consciousness. Now, what I'm seeing here is that in order for you to fulfill your passions, you should be focusing on communicating with your consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. So the things that are coming in for you, maybe you have communication going on that you're maybe in a little denial about. Let's say here, communication, at its core is communication in all places. We don't just communicate with the people around us. We communicate with ourselves. We communicate with the energy around us. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So your heart, your mind, your consciousness Now is the time for you to start communicating with these places inside of yourself. Let's see, what else? What other information do you have for us, Spirit, here for our viewer today? Okay, there's some commitment here, but it's being tested. Maybe it's commitment to that passion that you have. And in order for you to follow that passion, there's some adjustments here that need to be made. So I'm going to get some more information here on these two cards. The first one is the first quarter moon card. Your commitment is being tested. And I'm going to read to you some of this one here to help you understand the energy of this card and what it is trying to tell you. First quarter moon. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. So, yeah, the way you're communicating with yourself needs to be the thing that needs to be adjusted. If you plan on following your passions, then the way you communicate in your mind to yourself, I feel like that is what you need to change. And that is what is being tested for you right now. The way you kind of, things like, imposter syndrome is a big one. So if you're, I don't know why I just said that, but imposter syndrome, has come up a little bit in conversation for me also. But that is something where we really don't believe in ourselves. We are following our passion, of course. But deep down, we don't believe that we can do it. Who am I? Who am I to do this? And, those thinking cycles can really wreak havoc on your life and your dreams. So in the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. It's a time when the sun and the moon are at a hard astrological angle to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. So if you're in a small crisis right now, this is confirmation that this is your reading. No matter when you pull this card, you need to see any dramas as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong through a storm. Okay. Now the third quarter moon is the card that said adjustments are required. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is also a lot of negativity, and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now, that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis now, which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of, so pay attention. Okay, that's definitely the second confirmation here that you're in crisis of some sort. So have some faith here. Small adjustments are required, and just know that sometimes with crisis, comes lessons. So really, instead of holding on to drama right now and the things that have happened, take what is coming to you, the lessons aspect. You know, what am I learning through this experience right now? When you can focus on what you're learning, it kind of detaches you from the drama. Drama is ego. Drama is 3D. Lessons is, you know, our deep our consciousness and how we use it around us, you know, but it starts within first. Your life may be out of balance, and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. So if that's the case, and this crisis makes you feel like, you know, all fell apart, you know, don't be afraid to start a new plan, and that's okay. Sometimes when things fall apart, just knowing the fact that you tried and, you know, failure is not a bad thing, honestly. Failure has been my biggest teacher, and it should be your biggest teacher as well. So now I'm going to get into the tarot and get more of the story here for you, for guidance for you on what you should do or what is coming ahead for you. The energies surrounding this. Okay. So yeah, starting fresh. The Fool card is here. Okay. This Fool here is telling me that it is time to start over. Okay. The Five of Pentacles. This is kind of the card of loss. You know, you might have lost some money. You might feel like you've been pushed on the outside. But I see a partnership here. And this partnership, the Two of Cups, this is someone you can depend on, whether it's a business partner, a friend, your significant other. You know, this is a good feeling relationship. Maybe there are little problems at this time, and that's okay. You know, maybe that's where your commitment is being tested within the relationship also. You know, but whether it's you're passionate about a relationship, a job, you know, some other experience that you have had, it really doesn't matter, you know. But what does matter is how you choose to move forward from here. There is movement here towards your passions. This Knight of Wands is telling me there is forward motion. Do not worry. You are not stuck. You might feel it at this moment. But right now you kind of got the world in your hands. Did you ever hear that expression? You know, rock bottom, the only other place to go is up. You know, that might be how you're feeling. Just kind of rock bottom or just really low. You know, at this time is, you know, what do you have to lose, basically? You know, you got the world in your hands here. So don't fall into these negative thinking patterns because there is forward motion towards your passions, okay? The Queen of Pentacles, this is your energy that you're capable of, which is, you know, feminine in the 3D, how you're going to create. I always see the Queen of Pentacles as, you know, a bit of a manifester in the 3D. Start with that feminine energy. You know, plant the seeds that you want to take from here going forward in a positive light. Count your blessings. Make sure you're putting gratitude out for the things that you already have. If you're in crisis and you've had a loss, focusing on the loss is only going to do one thing, is bring you more of that. So it's very much time for you to change your thinking a little bit. about this crisis and the thing that you've been through. That's where the adjustments need to be made. Adjustments. They need to be made in your consciousness. Communicate to yourself about your passions and what you're capable of in a nicer way. Do not be so hard on yourself. Please, don't be hard on yourself. You know, I always like to say, you know, when people are talking about themselves in a negative way, you know, what would you say to a friend about this? If you were, you know, a friend of yours and you heard, you know, your friend talking about their situation of crisis, loss, you know, being left out in the cold, the Five of Pentacles. Excuse me, I've had a bit of a cold. But the Five of Pentacles, you know, being left out in the cold. That's that card of, you know, not feeling, you know, they're outside the church window, walking by, no shoes, in the snow. You know, it's that card of coldness and just feeling like you're just not worthy, really, of stuff. We got storyteller here. So I don't know that card all too well, so I'm going to read it. Excuse me again. The Sacred Mountain. This is a card about the bigger picture. You know what happens when you go up on a mountain? The view changes. And Thunder Drum. I personally am a huge fan of drumming meditations. So, you know, just keep that in your back pocket for a moment. Let me get the book out for my Nature Spirit deck, and I will start with the Storyteller card that just came out to see what that is saying to you. I know I'm a storyteller. You know, once I get started, I love to tell a good story. Why can I not find the page? Okay, storyteller. Storyteller. There it is. Okay, live larger than life. Make the most of it, every experience. You can choose the meaning that you give events. So right there, you get to choose the meaning. So you might be giving some things some meaning that's going to end up hurting you, not helping you at this time. Find interpretations that empower you rather than diminish you. Be the storyteller and the hero of your own life. Give your personal story empowering meanings. Around the evening campfire, clan members always looked forward to the storyteller recounting events of the daily happenings of the tribe. Even the most mundane event took on a vibrancy in the expert hands of an experienced storyteller. The storyteller card chose you to remind you to be the champion of your own personal myth. Be the central character. Do not live according to the needs and expectations of others. Don't be a bit player in your own story. Here's some action you can take. This card always comes with an action. Take an event in your life that you gave a disempowering meaning and find a way to rescript it so that the interpretation of the same story is one in which you are the hero. Okay, so mindset change, write it down, change the story, pay attention to the thought patterns that you're having about the crisis, the situation, the loss, something that happened with you. You need to rewrite it in your mind. Sacred Mountain. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate the your internal source of power. Meditate, wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. From the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find the sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. I'm going to repeat that. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Okay? So, going within, finding some peace, becoming the observer. That's going to help you discover the truth of who you are and how your passions are going to take fold. Move past the bustle and clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. Travel to the peaks of the hollowed mountains. And if you can't do this in person, travel in your meditation. Imagine yourself atop a high peak. You can see the world in all directions. Give thanks and offerings to mountains whenever you encounter them. The spirit of the mountain will deeply appreciate your gift. So, a little bit of, going within here and, healing that privately. Maybe there's too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's time to heal yourself with yourself, your inner self. Sometimes other people's words can very much influence how we feel about ourselves and how we go about our day, how we choose, to go into the world. So in order to become confident in yourself, you have to start believing in yourself. Sounds cliche, but it's true. It's very, very true. Thunder drum. Stand up and be counted. Be assertive. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare with authority, this is who I am and this is what I stand for. Make a stand for others less fortunate. Take risks. Walk in rhythm to the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step aside. Throughout the world, indigenous people have called spirit through drumming. Drumming was used to activate one's fighting spirit before battle, as well as for joyous celebrations and sacred ceremonies. It was also used for healing rituals. In every case, the drum beat was used to open spiritual realms. A thunder drum calls the thunder beings from the sky, and they arrive with passion and incredible vitality. Drawing this card means that it is time to step into your passion. Make a stand in life for what truly matters to you. What truly matters to you, not what others have told you what you should matter, what you should care about. A powerful way to activate your life force is to drum on your chest lightly with a closed fist. It's especially powerful if you do a 2-beat. Similar to the sound of a beating heart, which is the most primordial sound for humans. This rhythm is grounding and activates your strength. So drumming is definitely going to help you in this time. The message is quite clear here. Honestly, you can have forward momentum in your passion, that you feel there's loss or that there's a crisis, which has caused you to go into a negative thinking cycle, which is going to keep you even more stuck if you continue to go down that road. So in your consciousness, you need to start paying attention to the negative thought cycles. Go within, observe them, and then start changing the story that you're telling yourself. And try out some drumming music. Because there's magic here coming. If you know, what's going to happen is if you can do that and you work hard at changing your negative thought cycles, magic's going to happen. Magic, the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. It's right there, belief. You are believing that you're not worthy. So, last card I would like to come out is some advice on how, or basically more guidance going forward. Okay, so this is now, the thing that you have to do, but how are you going to do it? What's going to help you? Going within, of course, is an answer to that. And rewriting your story, but is there any other advice we can get? The crown chakra. Okay, so the crown chakra, the frequency of the crown chakra supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. So as a Reiki master, this is telling me that you have some dark energy, stuck energy, maybe some psychic debris of other people right now weighing you down. So in meditation, focus on the crown chakra. So drumming meditations on the crown chakra is going to be something that's going to help you right now. Opening up the crown chakra to bring in the light. As you bring in the light through the crown chakra, imagine the dark, negative, anything that's heavy, flowing out through your root chakra, your feet, back into the earth to regenerate. So it leaves you and goes back, because everything's cyclical. You are cyclical, but if you hold on to, things like crisis and drama and what people say about you and your negative thinking patterns, it's going to stay stuck in your body. So right now you need light. Go get a Reiki treatment from someone too. That might help if you're into Reiki. I know for me, when I do, Reiki, I feel light right away, and it kind of puts me in a more positive state. But I really think that that's pretty self-explanatory here now that we have the full spread. And I really hope that, I helped you today. And in the description box, I'm going to put my Facebook link. So, you can follow me on Facebook. But other than that, this was so wonderful to give you this message. And I hope you have a lovely day. Love and light.